Ty's down there doing photos there, looks like it.
Huh?
That's Ty's photographer down there.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
My God, he's young, isn't he?
He is young, yeah.
Didn't see that coming. Right. Come on.
Got the signal.
Oh, come on.
So the students running.
Hey, good. I'm not going to bother with the others. In fact, actually, you know what? I'll do a story on Insta.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Solent Sports Complex for the first double-header today. It's WNBL D1 top of the table between our visitors, the Brent Bulls, and the home team, Team Solent Kestrels. Time now to meet the players from both teams, starting with our visitors, the Brent Bulls, starting with number 4, Itziel Fernandez.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Solent Sports Complex here in Southampton for our NBL Live double-header. Before we start today, however, we would like to give a special shout-out to one of our own. Maria Rees, a talented camera lady, was due to be here filming alongside Ralston Humble today, but due to personal circumstances is unable to be here. So on behalf of myself, Chris Hughes, Ralston, Sonar TV and the entire NBL Live crew, we would like to send our thoughts and well wishes to Maria and to let her know that we are all thinking of her in this difficult period.
Of course, and she's part of a talented Sonar team, student-led production. We collaborate with NBL Live. I'm grateful to join you for my NBL Live debut. It's going to be a great
Absolutely. So, good afternoon, everybody. John Hobbs alongside Rebound Blog's own Chris Hughes, bringing you all the action here on the South Coast today. Our first matchup, a huge top-of-the-table clash in the early stages of this season. Solent Kestrels against the Brent Bulls. Both teams, have really started the season, so already a big game in the sense of bragging rights and who draws first blood potentially at the top of the table. Of course, too early to tell, I know, in that aspect, but still, whoever wins today, a statement will be made.
Oh, 100% agree with you with that. A statement game. Brent Bulls always come up from D2. Solent with a history of back-to-back top 4 finishes. These are two title contenders right here in front of you, and a great game to have on NBL Live.
Absolutely, and the big news today, before we start, is no Faye Endine for the Solent Kestrels. She injured her ankle during a WNBL game, and she is still out. She didn't play last week as well in the National Cup game against the Sheffield Hatters. She misses again today. A huge loss for the Solent Kestrels.
Oh, 100%. Faye is one of the leaders, actually. Second in efficiency, first in points, second assist, 3 steals. But it's not just what you see on the stat sheet. She's part of a team ball floor general for this side. And hopefully it's going to be really missed. But I think it will give the opportunity for others to step up in the forward absence and say it's not about one player, it's about a team, as it's very much our team ethos here at Solent.
Absolutely, and the onus will be on players like Anna Neverson, who will be stepping up today. Erin Caldwell, Safi Jarju, Yasin Belenbayi, obviously they're all in the team today. The focus will be on them and how they can step up offensively.
Yeah, of course, there's many players there. I think Anna Neverson might well be the one to go. They have got a couple of girls who can carry the ball, be that floor general. I'll be interested to see. I've not seen much of Falky Cleveland Water, but she's also a leader, knows this level well. Absolutely,
yeah, no, definitely. Of course, Christina Velke-Cleve missing in Solent's last league game due to personal circumstances, back in the squad today. Moving along to Brent, what a start they have had to life in Division 1. They've only picked up one loss, and that was their most recent league game in a local derby against the Thames Valley Cavaliers. For them, it's all about trying to recover from that loss and bounce back.
100%, John. And, I think not many people would have doubted their credentials because obviously they have a core of players, about 3x3 London Warriors squad, who are doing really well. We know about the talents. They also got Eleanor Bishop, a well-versed three-point shooter, as well as many other talented players. It's a really good core squad led by Tope, and I think they're going to be really up there at the end of the season.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. Josephine Magomo and Eleanor Bishop alongside those London Warriors 3x3 players that play during the off-season. No doubt they will be contributing heavily today, and it's been a great season so far for head coach Tope Alabalagun, and as he gets his players, as you can see, prepped for today's game. A huge game here in the WNBL Division 1, part of a double-header of action here on the South Coast today. Of course, following on from this game, the Solent Kestrels will take on the Manchester Magic in NBL Division 1 action, and we'll be joined in that game by Anna Neverson, who will be on the court shortly, but she'll be getting warmed up and making her commentary debut for this season following the women's game.
Going back to what you said about Faye Endine missing, I think that actually might favour Brent Bulls, because both teams are not the meanest defensive lead, but Solent are very strong defensively. Without Faye there, it will level the playing field in terms of scoring, but both teams will need to be really locked in on D to make sure neither slips away too far. I think it's going to be a very close game.
Absolutely, as Brent Bulls take to the court, Solent will join them momentarily. The game late tipping off today due to late running junior action across the 2 courts that we actually have here at the Solent Sports Complex. The show court was heavily used this morning and only finished about 15 minutes ago before the women took to the court to warm up. But they were both said we'll only need 15 minutes to warm up. Originally, the game was going to be tipped off at 4 o'clock, but they decided on around 3:45, which is the time right now. If you've just joined us on the Basketball England YouTube channel, welcome everybody. John Hobbs alongside Chris Hughes from the Rebound Basketball blog, of course responsible for the NBL Team of the Week, but it's WNBL action that we'll be looking at today. And Chris, you know, obviously heavily involved in the National Basketball League, but the WNBL as well, something that you're very passionate about. What started your love affair with the National Basketball League?
I think my friends sort of just kept saying, come and watch basketball, come and watch. And I went to a D2 game at Solent in Itchy College, and the bud was bit, and I've never looked back since. And, you know, with Solent having the games in the same facility, you end up watching the junior setup and the women's setup. It's great. And we see both teams on the starting court, and we're about to go. No surprise for Brent Bulls, same starting five we had every game so far. With Rochelle Davis, Jess Davis, Imogen Nude, Eleanor Bishop and Tanisha White. And Solent look like it's going to be Sefi Jaju stepping up in that starting five with Faye Dean out alongside Christy Falcones, Anna Neverson, Yassin Bao-Mabai and US import Megan Dorney.
Absolutely, so the starting fives are on the court. And scrappy little tip there, but Brent get possession for the first play of the game. Here's Davids passing off to Davis as well. Inside, no good, but the rebound picked up by White. Bishop, a mid-range jumper, no good. Ball batted around a bit, and Safi Jaju, who is looking to get more minutes this season, gets the rebound. Neverson puts in a three.
Neverson breaking the ice, and what a trade ball. That's in a locker there.
And there's the replay of Anna Neverson, the first Solent shot of the game, gets it to go.
She loves that wing spot, especially on that left side. We'll see her get going. She's a very talented three-point shooter.
Here is Davids back to Jess Davis, one of the leading scorers for Brent this season. And the two on the way there from Kanisha White is no good.
It's interesting, Kanisha White didn't really favour that matchup with Sefi Jaju. The screen getting a favourable matchup there.
Here is Velke Cleve. Velke Cleve back to Yassin Belin-Bai, who goes glass.
Solent are the glass bunch of NBA. We don't see them banking off the glass as many as possible. They try to do as high probability looks.
Absolutely. And Eleanor Bishop puts in a three, and Brenda off the board. Fast-paced start to this contest, perhaps unsurprisingly given the nature of how these two teams play their basketball. Here is Velke Cleve, of course, back into the starting five after missing their last league game. Here is Dorney, back to Velke Cleve, a mid-range jumper too long.
Yeah, so love pace. They play that 4-out-1 motion, really sort of line the spacing.
Wide open corner three is money from Imogen Yaud. Of course, Imogen Yaud, a former Worcester Wolves player, now at the Brent Bulls and enjoying her time, getting more minutes and really contributing to the scorers, something that she didn't quite do at Worcester in a way, but contributed in other aspects of the stat sheet. And it's good to see her getting her first score of the day as a foul was called, so it'll be a sideline ball to Solent.
Yeah, Yude's one of those rare players that actually shoots better from beyond the arc than inside, so we're not surprised there to see her betting on herself there.
Velke Cleve looking for options, asking a bit too much there of the former Ipswich forward Yassin Belin-Bai, who has had a fantastic start to life on the South Coast. And you know, someone, a very intelligent young lady, of course, someone you know quite well, Chris. She was going to be part of the Rebound All-Stars last season before personal circumstances ruled her out. But a fantastic player and one of the many products from a brilliant Ipswich program, and now plying her trade here at Solent.
Yeah, definitely. A real competitor. She's one of those players that does more off the stats, she does on the stats, so it does boxing out, and it's going to make life hard, really hard for Felicia right here. We'll look, and then she just pulled the screen to get off from her because she really adds sophisticated that made Solent lacking otherwise on their roster.
Ball battered around here from Brent. The 4 on the shot clock. Davids goes glass, and Velke Cleve picks up the loose ball. Now Velke Cleve looking to push in transition. Beautiful pass, and Safi Jarju with the finish.
Yeah, she's always going to be there under the basket in second leftovers, or if the double team comes on Chrissy Velke there. And David's now on top of the key for Velke Cleve.
Big 3 on the way, and Brent like to shoot the 3 ball. They've had no fear in shooting it, especially with the hand in their face. And on the catch and shoot, Neverson rattles one out. And here comes Brent again with Eleanor Bishop.
Yeah, I think it's only they have lots of living and dying by the 3 for both sides. They both got the shooters to match.
They like the transition game as well. They very much complement each other quite well, these two teams. Again, a 3-pointer. This time it's long by Yaud.
Good defense by Neverson for hand in the face to stop you getting the easy shot off there.
As Josephine Magomo will look to check in for the first time momentarily for Brent Bulls. Safi Jarju up and under, misses everything. Brent, you seem to be the more composed of the two teams, but not executing as well as Solent at the moment. Solent up 7-6. Here is Davids with 7 to shoot.
I think that a lot is down to Solent's defense. Always on the move, never standing still, always looking for...
And a bank shot goes from Eleanor Bishop as the shot clock was just about to expire. And Brent take their first lead of the game at 8-7.
Yeah, Bishop with her 5th point of the afternoon, leading all scorers, 1-point game.
Only 2 scorers so far for Brent, as Anna Neverson gets the friendly Solent Sports Complex roll off the glass. And a quick timeout called by coach Toby Ali Balagun of Brent. And a good start from both teams, 9-8, halfway through the first quarter. It's been very fast-paced, sometimes a little bit erratic, but both teams showing their statement of intent.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, Brent Bulls slowing it down, but Kestrels lead the lead in being that defensively strong team. So you always got to be methodical to really find out where to put the key in the lock to get the buckets.
Absolutely, and Solent at the moment shooting 50% from the field as opposed to Brent shooting just 33% from the field. However, Brent only have 2 scorers at the moment as opposed to Solent, who have 3.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's all about Yassin Balmabai really making it hard in the paint. But you've got your 3-point shooter, you the Bishop, really feeding off those passes out to perimeter.
Great atmosphere here inside Solent Sports Complex today as the drums are banging, the supporters are here, the cheerleaders are even here. What a large cheerleading squad Solent have here at SSC. It's something you don't see every day these days, huh?
No, and they started with 1 lot, and the next thing we had 2. And then the last game, they actually did the human pyramid and some of the breaks, which kind of got in the way of some warm-ups, but they come with their own organic chant. It's like defense lock them up. It's not your defense hustle. They really put the effort into making the noise in the atmosphere here. All part of that game day experience.
Absolutely, and Solent have a fantastic game day experience. In fact, most of the WNBL teams really stepping up their presence, which is fantastic to see. Such a great league with so many talented young players, many of whom play junior basketball for their respective national teams. Of course, the majority of whom are from the Great Britain national setup.
It just was a great defence set by Solent. Megan Dorney really pressing in. She was her college 2 times defensive MVP, really showing why Solent recruited her.
Erin Caldwell into the game as well for the first time for Solent. Good steal there And Brent come away with it. Here is Magummo, and she misses the layup. And Solent can come away in transition. It's 3-on-2. Safi Jarju, nice pass inside. And another steal, this time by Marie-Lou Reese. And the shot just about goes from Josephine Magummo, who really wasn't happy with that attempt, but it went down anyway.
No, I mean, the previous time was better, but it was just overcooked. That one luckily rolled in off the rim, and Solent, 2 turnovers in a row. Not something I wanted.
Good defense there from Eleanor Bishop. Yeah, stealing the ball away from Anna Neverson. That's 2 quick turnovers from the Kestrels, but they get the ball back. Scrappy sequence here from both teams as Velke Cleve, the veteran, pretty much on this court, slows the play down. Dorney back to Velke Cleve.
And you see Brent really put that double team on Velke Cleve because they know she's the experienced, she's the wise head there. They're trying to fluster her into mistakes, and it's working for the most part.
Absolutely, 10-9 in favour of Brent with 3:37 remaining in the first period. If you've just joined us on the Basketball England YouTube channel, welcome everybody. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And of course, following on from this game, we have the Solent Kestrels against the Manchester Magic, which is due to tip off at 6. There could be a possibility it might tip off a little later, but we'll let you know in due course. Here is Dorney inside to Jarju. Shot gets blocked. That was a combination of Davids and Jess Davis. Bishop looking for room. Davis. Ejelu a long 2, and that's long, and the ball goes out of bounds. It will be a Solent possession.
I was going to say, Jess, but 9-10 might be the time we actually end up leaving here if there's overtime or further delays after delay for junior game. But the junior fans brought a lot of fans and energy. It was really good to watch that as we were getting ready for this one. It's
always a fantastic energy here in SSC whenever it's a game day, because it's not just the women and the men that play as Velke Cleve gets her finger roll to go, but the juniors, obviously, there's a heavy junior presence along the Hampshire area, and the majority of teams play their basketball here at the Solent Sports Complex, and both courts were in use today.
Nice pass there to Bishop.
And
I think it's travelled.
Eleanor Bishop travelled with it, and Solent will get the ball back. Already, that's 4 turnovers in this first quarter for Brent Bulls, as Bishop will take a seat, and Itzar Fernandez will come into the game for the first time for Brent Bulls. Of course, Fernandez, a good corner 3-point shooter.
And Anna Goki's also checked it for Neverson.
Yeah, and she nearly got the ball there in the corner, but it goes out of bounds. Anna Goki, of course, another one of these players looking to step up the minutes this season, and really showing her worth to Coach Ben Stanley.
Yeah, I think there's the other... I personally was a little bit surprised about how well they've done, actually, in terms of they didn't have Molly Danielson, who was amazing last year, but this young core of players has really stepped up with the core of Ipswich players, Itchin players who play multiple times a week. It's doing great for their development.
Absolutely, and Ben Stanley saying to me earlier in the week that this season it's all about developing the college players, the players from Itchin College and even from Solent University, and moulding them into Division 1 players, both men and women. And you can see it on the court here as shot clock was down to 10. Solent get the ball back. That's a 5th turnover now from the Brent Bulls. Here is Dorney. Velke Cleve nearly thought about the 3, but good tracking back defense there from Davids.
Another double team on her again, but now Solent need to find the player 3. And the Goki ran into trouble.
And one thing about London teams is they're so physical defensively, and Brent Bulls are showing that in spades right now.
Oh, a coach set, and another Itchin student, Solent Kestrels forward, will come on, and she'll size up by Noma and play really good competitor, even at this level.
Absolutely. Number 14 marking Magummo right now. Here is Ejelu. Open Davids finds Magummo, who drives inside, goes glass, but too strong. And first rebound for Cotterill.
Yeah, the rookie got the rebound there. There was some off-ball screens trying to get away from Magnoma, but her defense proved well.
Fantastic. 8-second violation. Great defense again from the Brent Bulls, as their strong physical defense is really showing up, as you see the replay here. Adegoke just couldn't get the ball over the timeline over the past 8 seconds.
And that's a back-to-back turnover from her. So defense really key for both teams. Say top two teams in defense in the league.
It's a bad pass there from Davids. It came off the foot of Magomo, and I think Brent Bulls will keep possession.
And Alan Nevison will check back in for Falky Cleve, who's been really hustled by Brent Bulls. A double team on the floor just then. Coach Taylor saying, let's give you a breather. It's a long game ahead. Nice pass out.
Here is Ejilu. Finds Fernandez. And a shot clock violation, just a bit too much. Teamwork. The teamwork was good, but the end product was failing there from the Brent Bulls, as Alicia Moore will check into the game for the first time. As Marie-Lou Reese will take a seat. Oh, excuse me, it's Rochelle Davids, actually, excuse me, that will take a seat. My apologies.
Alicia Moore adds to that defensiveness. She got a season high of 4 steals versus ARU. So they're really stacked along the defensive pedigree.
Cotterill, extra pass to Adegoke for 3. It's too long as we enter the final minute of this first quarter. A very physical, scrappy first quarter, but very fast-paced and intense, no doubt about it, as Fernandez travels with it.
And I think where both teams are playing such good defense, it's forcing these silly mistakes, these little travel tools, or where they're trying to make this a quick judgment, but make the wrong judgment because of the quality D from both sides.
Here is Nevison. Finds Cotterill looking for options. Instead goes it herself, but misses everything.
Yeah, she's definitely relishing the challenge of going against these pros. Yaud
looking for room. Alicia Moore also looking for room. Shot clock down to 6. Ejilu in and out, and the rebound there from Dorney.
8 seconds left first quarter. 10
and a foul was called, and both teams not near the penalty yet. It's just 2 team fouls each.
Yeah, very clean defense. Even though it's been a very defensive game, both teams down to sort of 2 or 3 fouls.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we have 5.6 seconds to get a shot down.
5.6 seconds left. Cotterill. And it looks like the time
1 second
just about to expire, I thought, but still 1.1 seconds on the game clock for the first quarter.
Great thing about Adegoke to spike that ball long, and it took a deflection off Bulls player to keep it Solent.
And a poor inbound there. Ooh. Moore's attempt just hits the backboard. Poor pass there from Erin Caldwell. And that ends the first quarter here at Solent Sports Complex. And Solent Kestrels take a narrow 11-10 lead over the Brent Bulls. Anna Nevison leading the way for the Kestrels with 5 points. Eleanor Bishop also has 5 points for the Brent Bulls. And Solent shooting 41% from the field. Brent just 28% from the field, but they're in this game as we enter the second period.
Yeah, I feel like Brent are forcing more possessions, but I'm quite surprised actually behind, because there's a read the defense. They force so to back-to-back steals early in the mid-quarter, and you see Nevison and Bishop both ends really proving their worth. So they leave all straws with 5 points apiece.
Absolutely, and the game started off very well, very fast-paced, very intense. And then we saw Brent Bulls' defensive strength come to the floor, especially in the latter stages of that first quarter, getting turnovers and not making them count, but a statement of intent from the visitors.
Yeah, I think they've executed Coach's plan to perfection, really getting Falky Cleve out of the game, double teaming her. Coach Danny needs to find a way of unlocking that and getting Falky Cleve on the board, because she will be important for this game.
And of course, missing Faye Endine, a huge loss for the Solent Kestrels, out with an ankle injury. So the onus offensively you feel is on Velke Cleve and Anna Neverson. But so far for Neverson, she leads the team with 5 points. Velke Cleve yet to get into her groove, and as you say, that's due to the stifling defence for the Brent Bulls. Who else do you feel that can really pick up the pace in this second quarter?
It's hard to know. Does Solent really have that team play? Most games you see 8 or 9 of their players getting scoring, but Erin Caldwell will be the one to look out for, especially that left wing. If they got Velke Cleve or maybe Dorney to be guarding, expect her to get some tray balls.
So start of the second period. Here is Caldwell on the ball. Cotterill fails to hang on to it. Here is Imogen Yaud on the break. And the easy finish from White.
Yeah, Tanisha White into the game with the first buckets after really guarded close by Babaye.
And Solent Solent really seeming a bit out of ideas right now, especially in the latter stages of the first quarter, and to start this second quarter. That's 2 turnovers.
Yeah, Brent not really letting Solent go over the halfway line. They're really sort of getting their turnovers in their own half.
Here is Moore, back to Fernandez. Fernandez in the corner drives. Imogen Yaud at the baseline was a bit off balance when she took that jumper. And here is Neverson.
Good baseline D by Solent. Flo Cotterill just standing on the ground, forcing them to have to pass it away.
Another turnover here from the Kestrels. That's 3 already, and we haven't even gone to a minute in this second period. Brent passing the ball around really sublimely at the moment.
Nice kick
the
out.
The extra pass, Yaud, again a bit off balance when she took that shot.
Great defense by Cotterill, again really physical and earning a lot more minutes than she normally would have in this sort of game.
Here is Neverson. Cotterill, nice extra pass, and Erin Caldwell will go to the foul line.
If we're in football, you would say that was a nutmeg there. That sort of bounce pass through her opponent's legs there, and it was great. That's our first trip to the line, actually. As we've not had any free throw attempts for the first quarter.
Absolutely, and Erin Caldwell, who led the team in free throw percentage last season, 81% from the foul line, a relatively reliable foul shooter for the Kestrels, strings the first, and the game is tied at 12.
Yeah, and I say she has had experience stepping up for the She personal high in points this season against London Lions. She got 15 points, so she can step up if needed. Primarily a 3-point shooter, but can do a bit of everything.
Splits her trips to the foul line. Here is Moore, back to Fernandez.
Tied game.
Game is tied at 12. Early stages of this top-of-the-table clash here at Solent Sports Complex. If you've just joined us on the Basketball England YouTube channel, welcome everybody. Great to have you all on board for this key WNBL Division 1 clash. In fact, our first WNBL live stream of the season. Of course, we were at Reading just before Halloween for the Hemel Storms win over the Rockets, and there was a 3 from Imogen Yaud.
Yeah, shot over Anna Neverson there, really nice shot.
Velke Cleve. Jarju looking to drive, another turnover from Solent Kestrels, and here come Brent in transition. Yaud picked up her dribble at probably one of the worst times, and another turnover. Here is Anna Neverson.
Needs a bit more composure now from Solent. Only got 2 points this quarter, as both from the line.
Nice pass inside to Adegoke, but she misses the layup attempt.
Yeah, going off glass there, bread and butter.
Kanisha White battles her way inside for 2. Averaging 13.6 rebounds a game this season, Kanisha White, a former Thames Valley Cavaliers player. A good mid-range shooter, especially at the elbow. Velke Cleve on the catch and shoot. And Fernandez with the rebound. Here is Kanisha White again. She thought about the 3. Instead kicks it out to Moore, who goes inside and lays it up and in. Great spell this from the Brent Bulls. They lead 19-12.
And they're wanting a bit more at the moment, 7-point lead. And yeah, you're saying Kanisha White, they dropped that game to TBC. A lot of politics there, a lot of girls switching TBC to Brent Bulls.
Cotterill gets it to go, and a foul. Great play there from Flori Cotterill, and now she'll go to the line. That's her first points of the day.
Yeah, she's really impressed me so far. Usually some part of the third rotation here, but yeah, one there. She saw the highlights.
And Cotterill will go to the foul line. And as you said from the start, Chris, another one of these young players that is looking to step up into the Division 1 program this season. And Cotterill, as you said, a player that's really impressed you.
Yeah, what I loved was the weekend before last, the under-18s, the three of them are still on today, rushed mid-game because they just played under-18 on the road, joined the bench, and within a few minutes were on the court for late seniors. They had no warm-up time, but still played as if they'd been there all the game. It's amazing.
That's just the energy, enthusiasm that under-18s possess, something that we don't have anymore, isn't it? But there we go. Mackenzie into the game, and she strings a three.
They're really loving that left side ring for their attack. They're really dead through from that area.
Absolutely.
Oh, another turnover there.
Another turnover. Two on one, but Velke Cleve picks it up.
And now we've got a 4-on-1, a 4-2 rate up here.
Neverson slows it down a little bit, stops, pops but misses. Scramble under the basket. Brent come up with it. Here is Fernandez. Fernandez loses the ball and falls to the floor. Here is Velke Cleve. Another steal for Christina Velke Cleve. Neverson, and Solent will slow it down as we come to the halfway point of the second quarter. Yeah, Neverson wide open too. And Magomo with the rebound.
Yeah, no, 8-point game. And like I say, they want to slow it down just because the game's starting to go away from them at the moment. And that's credit to Brent Bulls' defensive effort as well on the defensive end.
Davids. Moore, back to Davids. Fernandez, the extra pass. Fernandez with the floater. And that's their first double digits lead of this game for Brent Bulls. Having started the game slowly, they now lead 24-14 with 5:33 remaining.
Yeah, and I think we said earlier, but they only had 2 scores in the game at the start, but now they've got 7 lanes on the ball. That's part of their team ball passing and really sort of making second chance opportunities and also getting turnovers from Solent. Solent, I think they had like 7 turnovers.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly. Yeah, 6 turnovers in this second period so far, and as a result, Brent, have gone out to a 14-3 run in this second period, and that is due to that really physical, really in-your-face, suffocating defense and turning that into points.
Yeah, I think Coach Stanley, there's something not right with how he's feeling today, because a lot of the first starting 5 haven't actually had that many minutes. Like Yasser Balmabai spent time on the bench. Normally they get quite a few minutes in the early first half, but they've been sat off, and it's actually the itching girls who most impressed me. As we say, Cotterill 2 points. But, Nevis is leading 5 points, but so really struggling to get anything done in the second quarter.
And Solent have gone from 50% in the field after the first quarter to just 33%, 6 turnovers in this second period as well, and really struggling from the floor. So a good timeout from Coach Stanley, who is pulling double duty today. Of course, he'll be coaching the men after this game as well. But Solent really just needed that timeout and just compose themselves as a full court pressure defense again from Brent on Velke Cleve.
And that's been part of Brent's defense, and sometimes you can get double team on her, but they're happy to spread the field now. Their defense is working.
Here is Dorney. Dorney gets it to go. That's her first score of the game.
Yeah, Megan Dorney's averaging at 10.8 points and 6.5 rebounds to 3 assists. Yes, she's defensive player, but she can.
Erin Caldwell with the steal. Sorry about that. Here is Velke Cleve inside to Zephi Jarju. Dorney again for a short 2. Doesn't get it to go.
Great rebound there by Jarju, but the pass needed a bit more in it.
And Brent will slow it down with a J-Lu. Bishop.
Great
Bad
steal.
pass, yeah, good. Good steal, but bad pass at the same time. Safi Jarju blows the layup.
Yeah, she had to take time to get the ball under control of that low pass there. It was almost like underarm cricket throw sort of pass.
Need to get those shots to go as Bishop makes it pay from downtown. And Brent have now raced out to a 27-16 lead.
That's not the play you want to be leaving on the wing there, Bishop. It's 45 3-point percentage shooter, one of the hottest in the league from range.
And that's a third team foul for the Brent Bulls. As you see the replay of that play, Megan Dorney driving to the hoop. Megan Dorney wasn't expecting that quick pass from Velke Cleve, who shakes her head in frustration.
They put a lot of defensive pressure on Velke Cleve, and it's really stifling Solent.
Absolutely. Magumo drives inside, gets it to go. Another score from the Brent Bulls.
Yeah, she went past Yassin Balmabias, and she wasn't even there. It was blurry inside zone. Velke Cleve on the other hand goes coast to coast.
But she misses the layup or the floater, and here come Brent again. You sense that Solent's offense is just getting a little bit rushed and a little bit uncomposed here as Bishop drives inside, up and under layup, gets her own rebound and goes in and out. Caldwell had a hand in that.
Yeah, I think she was lucky the ref didn't call foul. I've seen those given.
Velke Cleve almost wanting to take it herself right now as she will go to the foul line.
I think that's got to be Solent's route. Be aggressive with it in the paint, not be scared to get the contact.
As you see the replay of that incident, the last two possessions for Solent have seen Christina Velke Cleve just take it on herself. You could sense the frustration in her face and in Solent's body language right now, and they just need a run just to compose themselves, get a few stops. And as you said, Chris, attacking the basket, being aggressive will help them. No doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like we said, youngsters, they have the confidence, but aggression is something different, and that's what they need, a bit more aggression on the offensive end.
However, Solent are just 1 for 4 from the foul line thus far.
That's quite low numbers, actually, bear in mind we're almost at the halfway point. It just shows how clean this game's been in terms of both teams sort of forcing turnovers and shooting from range rather than being aggressive in the paint and drawing the foul.
Absolutely. Solent have been the only team at the foul line so far in this game. Brent have not actually been at the charity stripe thus far. Nice pass inside, but the layup was blown by Kanisha White, but she picks it up at the second attempt.
I thought Erin Coleman should have done a bit more defensively there. She was like, oh, I'm not matching up there, she's too big.
Here is Dorney driving at White. And Agoki had the offensive board, but Brent come away with the loose ball. Bishop, a three. And her three was short. Again, though, the defensive pressure on Velke Cleve. No support there. And Bishop comes up with it. But another poor pass, this time from Eleanor Bishop, and Christina Velke Cleve has it again.
Yeah, totally two different attacking. Like, Solent don't have any time to take a shot off this.
As Safi Jarju misses the floater and Brent get possession. But right now, the pressure really, as you said earlier on, the pressure really getting onto Velke Cleve as she gets the ball. She's suffocated by at least two Brent defenders, but on that occasion there was no real help there for her to pass the ball.
Yeah, no, there's no sort of... Solent don't have to play out of this trouble zone without really a plan A.
Nice inside, and the miss there from Davids. Here comes Velke Cleve, who's seeing a lot of the ball thus far. Here is Dorney. Back to Velke Cleve, who'll slow it down. Dorney drives inside. The extra pass. Caldwell, a three. That's long. 1:37 remaining in the half. As White misses the handle, but hits it off Adoki and it will go out of bounds. Brent will keep possession.
And we're seeing time and time again this call. Brent Bulls having easy looks, Solent have really tricky looks. It's credit to Brent Bulls' defense.
Absolutely, and as said, just so typical of London-based teams and their physical defense, and it's really causing Solent some problems right now. Brent leading 31-17 with 1:30 remaining. And Brent Bulls were involved last night in the draw for the WBBL Trophy first round. And what a first round tie they have. Brent Bulls will face their neighbours and Eurocup women's side, London Lions, in the first round. What an encounter that will be.
I know. I was speaking to Alan Bishop in the week and I was saying, who do you guys want to face in the trophy? And she's a categorically anyone but Lions. She was personally for Leicester. She's friends with Beth Sarsers there, or even Nottingham, who they had a really close pre-season finish. But she wasn't looking forward to London and joked that she might have to quit her part-time job to go full-time practice on the shoots to get in preparation for London. But it's going to be a really exciting game, and I'm really chuffed that we've got WNBL teams, 3 of them in fact, Ipswich, Cola and Brent, all involved WBBL trophy action.
Absolutely, and we'll move on quickly to Cola Suffolk Pride, who will face the Manchester Mystics in first round action. Of course, Cola know that venue very well, the NBC, the National Basketball Performance Centre. They've won their finals in that venue. Another huge game for them.
Yeah, no, it's sort of second home for them because they've won every game there last season. They won everything, and I think they'll fancy that tie. It's a shame with the Brent Bulls London. I think they could challenge a few of the WBL teams.
Absolutely, and of course Sheffield Hatters will take on Ipswich in another huge game. We'll tackle that in just a moment. And of course Thames Valley making the long trip to Scotland to take on the Caledonia Gladiators, as a 3 is good. That was Naomi McKenzie from downtown. Here is Dorney goes glass, and that's a beautiful play from the Kestrels. Final minute of the second quarter. Ajaylu.
Yeah, it was a lovely backdoor cut there to find Dorney.
McKenzie, another 3 for Naomi McKenzie.
Bulls on fire, what a back-to-back Trey Bulls.
Velke-Cleve will go to the foul line, and Christina Velke-Cleve looking to get Solent into a strong finish to this second period, but struggling right now. Second foul on Naomi McKenzie, but Brent now leading 37-19 on the back of back-to-back threes from Naomi McKenzie. So we touched on the first 2 teams in the WBBL Trophy first round. Of course, Ipswich travelling to the Sheffield Hatters, and Thames Valley making the long trip to Scotland to take on the Caledonia Gladiators. 2 tough prospects there for the 2 WNBL sides.
Yeah, Caledonia Giants, the Gladiators, apologies, really impressed me early on, especially Chantal Handy there. It's going to be a tough game for them, but it'll be close. I think, the levels between WBL and the WNBL, I don't think they're that far behind. And I would love to see how Solent with a fit Andy would have got on if they were in the mix of the trophy.
Absolutely. Travel there on Jess Davis, who, former GB under 20 star, averaging around 13 points a game, but yet to get off the mark so far today. 28.8 seconds. Another timeout called, this time by Coach Ali Balagan. And Kestrels, we spoke about them needing to finish strong to end this second period, a quarter that's seen everything go right for the Brent Bulls so far, but it's all about how you end this second quarter, and for Kestrels it will need to be a strong one.
Yeah, 100%. It's not been a sort of a traditional Kestrels play. They've not been able to get their quick ball move around the perimeter going, and I think Mrs. Fain is a big part of that. But they've got players who can step up, but they're just not finding their luck, and I think that's more about Brent Bulls playing well rather than Faindy missing. They've really put credit on their defence, and they deserve the flowers for being in a 17-point game as we're down to the last 30 seconds of first half.
Absolutely. Anna Neverson, who has not scored in this second period, still has 5 points to lead the Kestrels, but leading all scorers, Naomi McKenzie, who has been on fire from downtown so far in this second period. All of her points, have come in this second period.
Yeah, when the cameras come to town, the big players perform, and that's what we're seeing Brent Bulls.
course, Naomi McKenzie, WNBL experience previously with Barking Abbey in 2017. 3 for 3 from downtown. Another turnover from the Kestrels. And Ajelu will get that ball, but she'll miss the layup.
Yeah, Bishop knew that was overcooked there. She was crouching, praying for going. I think that must be her fifth steal of the half. She's been really good on the defence end.
Another miss from the Kestrels. Here comes Eleanor Bishop. Shot clock turned off. Final seconds of the second period, but Eleanor Bishop kind of ran out of room there as she was batting the ball to Marie-Lou Reese, and the ball goes out of bounds. Solent will get possession with 5.9 seconds left in the half. Velke Cleve puts up a long three, and it goes off the glass and out, and that ends the first half of action here at Solent Sports Complex. Brent Bulls lead the Solent Kestrels 37-20. A dominant second quarter from the visitors that has seen them outscore the Kestrels 27-9. That tells you everything you need to know about this first half of play. It's the second quarter and how the defense has really lifted Brent to this 17-point advantage.
Yeah, their energized performance by Brent Bulls, and really impressed by McKenzie. I say three, not a miss out of range. And Ellen Bishop, I think she's been filling the stats, doing a bit of everything. I think she's got about 5 steals, she's got a couple of rebounds, and she is 8 points. She's really impressed me. And I think the Chile is about to put on an impressive performance here. They've got the floor mats out and everything. I said last time I saw me did the human pyramid. I think they're going to do a bit more this week. But
going back now to the game, and for the Solent Kestrels, a good start, very physical first quarter where they took a narrow 1-point lead, and it's all blown up in their face in this second quarter. For Coach Stanley, it is about just making them getting them composed and ready for that third period. Anna Neverson leads the way with 5 points for them, but didn't score in that second period.
No, and I think I was a bit more worried about defense rather than the offense, but that is equally worrying. There was a lot of good defense in the paint in the first quarter. Floyd Cottle, Yasser Balmbai really made some good stops in that first quarter. Brent Bulls be able to play past that and really live and die on the three-point line. Whereas, like you say, Anna Neverson needs to sort of get some more production in the second half if she wants to carry on leading her team.
Absolutely. So we will go to the highlights of this first half. Brent Bulls lead by 17 at the end of the first half here at Solent Sports Complex. Can the Solent Kestrels mount a comeback in the third quarter? Join us for the second half in around 13 minutes' time. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Solent Sports Complex here in Southampton, here at Solent University, where the Brent Bulls lead the Solent Kestrels 37-20 as we come up to the third quarter in a second period where Brent really had the best of everything really. John Hobbs alongside Chris Hughes from the Rebound Basketball blog, and Chris, for Solent, it's all about limiting their turnovers in this third period and trying to eat away at the Brent Bulls lead possession by possession.
Yeah, and I'd also be trying to see we get some help from Valky Cleve, because when she's on the ball, she's pressed by 2, and then she doesn't really have the option to pass it, and that forces a quick turnover. And Brent Bulls have got their heads up, but they know when that's happening, and they're on fire, and they're really dominating this league.
Absolutely.
And Solent actually looking like they don't lose their unbeaten start at home for the season in regular seasons. They've only got one loss, and that was on the road to Kola. So
absolutely, and at the moment, 15 turnovers for the Brent Bulls, 17 turnovers for the Kestrels so far in this game. So a contest that is riddled with giveaways. However, one of the main statistics is Brent Bulls are shooting 58% from downtown, 7 for 12, whereas Solent are just 1 for 6 so far. They are a good three-point shooting team, Solent, but right now not utilising that strength.
No, and obviously a bit of that has got to do with Faye Indy missing. She had so much more space in the team, which is some of those players you've got to guard really closely. But they've got a lot of talent here to make up for MIA, but they're just not getting the space in where Brent Bulls are really sort of having that intensity on defence.
Absolutely. If you've just joined us on the Basketball England YouTube channel, welcome everybody. As said, John Hobbs alongside Chris Hughes from the Rebound Basketball blog, giving you all the action here on the South Coast today. And of course, following on from this game, the Solent Kestrels will take on the Manchester Magic in NBL Division 1 action, and it promises to be a great day of basketball. It already has been a great day of basketball here in Southampton, of course, with the junior games taking place across the varied courts here at the SSC, and that was actually the reason for this game being a delayed tip-off, actually, as the cheerleaders just make their way onto the opposite side of the court, just delaying tip-off, or the start, of this third quarter just a little bit. But we are all set to go. Anna Neverson and Eleanor Bishop just sharing a few jokes. Of course, Eleanor Bishop, a rebound all-star from last season, and I trust there will be a rebound all-stars this season as well towards the end.
Of course, it just finalised the dates and venues.
Great to hear.
The King's actual coronation may actually interrupt days, because the bank holiday might make it better to be on the Sunday rather than the Saturday when he's getting crowned.
Just had to be, didn't it? It just had to be, as white goes glass.
Yeah, both teams trust their starting 5. No change from the starting 5 at the start of the first half. And Brent Bulls start this game as they need to go on.
And Anna Neverson will look to try and get some more points on the board, as well as this player here, Valky Cleve. 9 to shoot as Dorney goes to the elbow and rattles around, goes out.
That was better ball movement by Solent. They were able to find better looks, but rather being forced into the late shots or the highly contested shots we saw in the first half.
Here is White looking for options and finds it in Imogen Yaud. And Megan Dorney collects the loose ball.
Yeah, Valky Cleve really in her face there, really made sure it was hard. Lovely pass there.
Absolutely, and Dorney with the baseline jumper. Adegoke with the rebound. Goes straight up off the glass, too strong. And Kanisha White, another rebound.
Yeah, Yasin Balmabaye really strong. She's changed uniforms. She started with the number 5, but she's got a number 12 jersey on at the moment. Not sure why she's changed number, but maybe there's something to do with kit.
Absolutely. Well, Yasin Belimbai wearing 12. Lily Blunt is actually wearing number 6 for the Kestrels. A shot clock violation. Good defense there from the Solent Kestrels, especially along the perimeter.
And the bench really enjoyed that intensity.
Valky Cleve. Fans getting behind the Kestrels here in this third period as the noise just intensifies a little bit. Here is Valky Cleve with 9 to shoot. And a bad pass there, intercepted by Davids.
I would have wanted to take that early 3. It was a good look, and the big scoreline.
Imogen Yaud gets the mid-range J to go. And a 21-point lead, biggest of the game for the Brent Bulls. Jarju. Jarju driving, finds a bit of room inside and banks home the layup.
Yeah, they really are the glass merchants of WNBL D1. They love getting up close and personal for hoop.
Rochelle Davids. Bishop. Inside to Kenesha White. Turnaround jumper, and Velke Cleave with the rebound. Velke Cleave, Anna Neverson wide open, decides not to go for the three. Good defense there from White.
Yeah, double team there by White and Bishop really did well.
Velke Cleave gets in a three, and you can see the look of relief on Christina Velke Cleave's face as she gets that to go. 7 points now for Velke Cleave.
Visuals listeners, I said in the last place she took the 3-point shot. She trusted herself and trusted well.
White, the extra pass, Bishop a three, short, but White collects the rebound alongside Bishop, and the two did collide with each other accidentally, and as a result, Bishop, who had the ball, travelled.
Yeah, I think she got the pass a little bit low, and she's usually accustomed to, and was a bit of a short off front iron with that 3-point attempt, but she's had a great game, already on 8 points.
That's a fourth turnover as well for Eleanor Bishop.
Lovely back.
Dorney inside and gets it to go. And possession by possession now, Solent just eating away at this lead that Brent have.
Gravity was really their friend then, it's like that friendly roll in. Back-to-back possession, I think it'd be worse to see that from Solent in this game.
Inside to White, another stop from the Kestrels. Here comes Velke Cleave.
And the fans are really getting behind the girls.
Jarju, Neverson, wide open, splash! Timeout, Brent. Great start to this third period from the Solent Kestrels as Anna Neverson strings a three. And exactly what we said, possession by possession, Solent eating away at this lead. It's now, was 21, it's now down to 11.
Yeah, I think that's sort of the team pass. We saw really good ball movement. And Velke Cleave, something you should see on the stats, redirecting her teammates into positions, and they find their lady so well. And I think this is the first time this afternoon we've seen Kestrels make successful back-to-back possession, while also, of course, the Brent Bulls to go on the dry spell.
Absolutely, and Neverson, that's her first points since the first quarter, and my goodness me, did she need that. That was her second three of this ball game. As you see the highlights so far of this third period, a great start from the Solent Kestrels on a 10-4 run. Brent started this third quarter with a few points here and there, but Solent have now come back into it and have really taken the game to Brent and letting them know that this game is not over with yet.
Yeah, it's almost like they've taken the page out of their book. You saw the defense double teaming the key players, and it's really stifled them. And say Neves loves that spot on the ring, and she's going to make that most days more than not.
4 minutes played in this third period, and the Brent Bulls have seen their lead go from 21 points to 11.
Yeah, Neverson really does shoot 36.8 from three, and almost towards our average at the moment with 10 points.
Davis
Good
misses
defense.
Everything. Another stop for the Kestrels. That's 4 straight misses from the Bulls.
And Neverson will join us for the men's game, won't she, after this one?
Absolutely, yeah. Of course, that game against Manchester Magic set to tip off at 6 p.m. This game did start 15 minutes late, so we'll keep you informed if the game does tip off late. Shot clock down to 5. Dorney inside, gets it to go. And the gap is now single digits.
Brent Bull were just chasing shadows there. They weren't there before the play, and that really helped. And now so don't bring on some players.
Bishop. Magumo inside. The short hook. Another stop from the Kestrels.
And even you normally Palmer collect Jay Mells.
Jarju inside, misses everything.
So I was just saying that even the composed Jay Mel back on the bench, he was leading the charge of defense on my court side.
Bishop finds a bit of room, a 3. That's off left.
Great defense, and I found Cleave chasing the rebound.
Brent have now missed their last 6 attempts. Velky Cleave up and under.
We're now a 7-point game from a 21-point. There's a 13-point run by Solent here.
What a comeback from the hosts.
Oh, they've lapsed a bit of defense now. Need to tighten it up. Good double team there. Kicks out.
The open player is Jailu, but her 2 misses everything. Here comes Neverson. Dorney, the extra pass. A wide open Velky Cleave. Offensive rebound from Megan Dorney, and now she's going to go to the foul line.
You just know if that 3 went down, it would have erupted. It'd be showtime down SSC. The fans were on their feet. They thought that was going in.
As Erin Caldwell will come into the game for the Kestrels. Velky Cleave will take a seat. But what a contribution Christina Velky Cleave has had. Like you said, needed to get going on the offensive side of things. Now has 9 points to lead the Kestrels.
Yeah, she's tied with Mackenzie on 9.
Absolutely, and Megan Dorney now has a chance to be the first player in double figures. Having a slow start, she's pulled it away, especially in the second quarter where she was the main offensive threat for the Kestrels, and now in this third quarter has erupted. She now has 9 points.
She tends to be sort of the foil, slowly getting her points throughout the game. One inside, ready like the 4-1 motion to let space in, but definitely a threat if needed.
And Megan Dorney, the first player in double figures, she has 10. And it's now a 5-point deficit for the Kestrels. Brent up by 5. Davis, up and under. No good. Ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Brent Bulls. That's 7 misses in a row for the Brent Bulls. And if you're Coach Ali Belligan, you must be just asking your team, just compose yourself. Don't rush these offenses.
Yeah, they're definitely victim of home crowds or getting in their rhythm. So they started the third
Another
quarter.
miss.
Wow, 8 misses now.
Absolutely, and then turnover, and Solent will keep possession.
Because they actually did start the half well with back-to-back buckets.
Yeah.
But Solent were like, nope, it's our half now. 5-point game.
3:31 remaining in the third, and it all setting up to be an exciting fourth period. Caldwell going inside, and Jess Davis collects the rebound.
And that's where the spacing is. They're like, oh, Caldwell's on the court, and they were guarding everyone, and Caldwell was able to go all the way to the line.
Here is Davids looking to slow it down for the Bulls. A 3 on the way from Naomi McKenzie. That's her first 3 or first miss from downtown. Here she is again. Imogen Yaud. Another miss.
10 now, back-to-back for Brent Bulls. That first one was such a high arc. It was a rainbow arc. It was shot the first one, but he missed the second as well.
Coach Balogun deciding to keep his players on the court, keep this momentum going. Even though they're having a cold patch, it's all about how you bounce back. Of course, this team lost their last league game against Thames Valley Cavaliers. They don't want to drop 2 in a row.
No, he wants them to fall out this cold patch, but he's about to bring someone on in the second. But great skates by Dorney. And Megan Dorney nearly got it to drop, but instead will go back to the foul line and a chance to make this a 1-possession game. Her ball movements, wow. Not only you often see go right, left with a hezzy and really getting the foul there. Brent Bulls defense didn't know what else to do, really.
And Megan Dorney going back to the foul line, and for the Brent Bulls, who led by 21 points with 7:53 remaining in this third period, now with 2:41 to go, all of a sudden have a 5-point lead. It's incredible. Megan Dorney misses both foul shots and going all the way. That will not count. Oh. Rochelle Davids thought her circus shot was going to go. And referee Tim Brown, I thought he called a travel there. Just double checking what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean that last free throw, maybe not overcooked that one, but overcorrected the second one and undercooked the second free throw.
Well, we'll just see what's going on. Referee Tim Brown, one of the more veteran referees in the British basketball community. And in fact, a foul has been called. It's on Megan Dorney. That's her second foul. Only Naomi McKenzie really in foul trouble for both teams. She's on 4 fouls for Brent Bulls as Rochelle Davids, will go to the foul line.
So they say it wasn't continuation. They're saying the foul happened before the shot was taken. So she'll go for 2 shots to the line.
That's a first team foul in this third quarter for the Kestrels as Davids makes the first foul shot and finally gives Brent a little bit of respite and a score on the board.
And isn't this their first trip to the line as well this afternoon? They've not had many trips. It's amazing. Talk about this in the depth of the third quarter.
That's actually Brent's first score as he splits the foul shots and a miss there from Magumo. That was actually Brent's first point in nearly 7 minutes. Neverson, a 3! Anna Neverson feeling it from downtown. It's a 1-possession game.
Yeah, she's not missed a beat in the second half.
2 threes for Anna Neverson. Ajalu. Another turnover from Brent.
Great defense by Babel, really pressing
and
the first
the pass there from Erin Caldwell just goes wanting, and Brent will get the ball back. A bit of relief from the team from North London as Christina Velke-Cleve comes back into the game. Safi Jarju will take a seat.
And it's amazing, but like they were using Velke-Cleve as the key for Solent, but she just sat off their best period now, so they might even turn this deficit around in the next few minutes.
Bishop. Here is Ajalu. Bishop.
Nice fake.
Going inside. Nice play inside to Kenesha White. Her 2 doesn't go. Kenesha White thought she was fouled.
No, it was very good defense by both Velke-Cleve and Balbaye. Double teaming like how Solent were doing.
But a foul was called. Just a bit too enthusiastic there from Wura Ajalu, and another foul. That's her second foul, a 4th team foul for the Kestrels, as you see the replay of Kenesha White's layup attempt inside under heavy pressure, missing.
Again, Solent used that double team like Brent did in the first half. Both it worked well for both teams.
Adegoke inside.
Lovely
Caldwell
pass.
gets it and puts it in. It's a 1-point game.
Amazing. They trimmed down that 21-point deficit. Now 1-point ball game, like you say, John.
A 20-1 run by the Kestrels.
Nice footwork.
And Magumo with the 2. Great footwork, as you mentioned.
You really feel the fans have got their ears up. They feel like there's something amazing happening here.
Velke-Cleve at the elbow, kicks it out to Dorney. Inside again to Velke-Cleve, the extra pass. And Yasin Belinbai with the mid-range J.
It's going down at the SSC. 1-point game again, 42 seconds left for the third quarter.
What a 4th quarter in store here on the South Coast. More to inside to Magumo. Almost lost her footwork, but gets it and a foul.
Yeah, Coach Stanley thought he saw travel like myself there. I thought the pivot foot momentarily left the floor.
And now Josephine Magumo with a chance to just keep Brent in the lead to go into the 4th period. And another foul has been called. There's 27.6 seconds remaining. That's Itzaya Fernandez's first foul of this game. As Yasin Belinbai will take a seat, as Megan Dorney will go to the foul line. Safi Jarju back into play for the final 27 seconds. What a third quarter this has been from the Solent Kestrels. After we spoke about how strong Brent were in that second period. Then, with 7 odd minutes remaining in this third period, being up by 21. And now look at what the scoreline is as we go into what promises to be a thrilling finale.
Yeah, 3-second shot clock, game clock. So there'll be the 2-possession finish.
Fernandez driving at Neverson, loses the ball. Caldwell has it. And a foul again on Fernandez. 2 quick fouls for her.
And they'll go to the line because they're already in foul trouble.
Absolutely. Brent now in the penalty, so Solent have a chance to take the lead with 9.1 seconds remaining, having trailed by 21.
They probably want that last possession there. Probably a good foul to have to sort of hopefully lead to head into the final quarter.
Absolutely. Coach Ben Stanley will no doubt be elated at his team's mentality, resilience and comeback in this third period. Erin Caldwell misses the first, as mentioned earlier, an 81% foul shooter last season. Now 1 for 3 today. Strings the second, and the game is tied at 46.
Yeah.
Final seconds of this third period. Here is Bishop.
2 left.
Magomo, the open player, was more, but her 3 doesn't go. We are all tied at 46 apiece. Solent take that third quarter by 17 points, and it's all promising to be an exciting fourth quarter here at the SSC. Anna Neverson leading the way, Megan Dorney leading the way with 12 points. Anna Neverson has 11, and Naomi McKenzie still with 9 points for Brent. But what a quarter, for the Kestrels.
Yeah, definitely all going Kestrel's way in terms of forces, turnovers, really chipping away about 21-point deficit they had at one point in the quarter with Brent Bulls going at a 4-0 run to start it, and it was like a 17-1 run by the Bulls.
Yeah.
So it is really hard to say, my side, not be too biased there, but it was a favored third quarter. Apologies if it's too pro. But there has been signs that Brent are doing okay. They've managed to mix up a bit, and they'll feel happy going into the final quarter level, because actually on the base of it, they've dominated the majority of this game, so they will feel confident. Solent, yes, they're buoyant, but they're buoyant because they've been behind and they've brought it back. But now it's level. If I was Brent Bulls coach, I'd be saying, look, calm down, we're level, we've dominated most of the game, it was just 7 minutes we didn't, let's go back to where we were.
Absolutely, and Jill, that's a very good point you've made. For Coach Balogun, it's now all about forgetting the fact that we were up by 21 points. It's now a case of, look, we're going to go into this fourth quarter. It might be 46 all, but to me, it's 0-0. It all starts again for us. We've got to be focused. We've got to execute our plays, and that's what he's got to be telling his team in this brief period.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also from Solent, they had the energy because they knew what they were doing. But nowadays, that's really the biggest test. They've done it. Can they still keep the energy up? Because now they're like, okay, we're a level at the third quarter. It's hard to cheat yourself up.
Absolutely. And before we start the fourth quarter, a quick shout out to our NBL Live sponsors for today's 2 games and for the season as well. Hopefully we'll get it up on the screen, but SportServe, Dynamic, Sure Shot and Wilson, the official basketball of the National Basketball League. They are your NBL Live sponsors.
I believe Dynamic were part of the team that was behind this lovely surface.
They were.
One of the premier services in the NBA and also maybe around British basketball.
Absolutely, and there are the sponsors on the screen as we start the fourth quarter here in Solent. Here is Bishop. The extra pass to Fernandez, who drives inside the floater, no good. Velke Cleave with the rebound, and Kestrels have a chance to take the lead. Caldwell misses everything, and the ball goes out of bounds. It will be a Brent Bulls ball. That's Velke Cleave's 10th rebound, so 1 point shy of a double-double for Christina Velke Cleave.
And like the rest of his games, we play at a fast pace. 24 seconds, we've already had 2 possessions, so that sort of tells you what the games he played at this afternoon.
Bishop. Inside to White, muscles away inside. Good defense there from Safi Jarju, a really underrated defender. for the Kestrels, but Brent will keep possession with 7 on the shot clock.
I wonder whether that will go down as a block or a steal from there.
Who knows?
Depends what the stat guys are feeling.
Here is Moore, shot clock winding down, Moore driving, misses everything, and that's an 11th rebound for Velke Cleve.
Neveson got some space
Neveson inside, banks it home, and the Kestrels take their first lead since the second quarter.
Yeah, she cashed that one, and let's say, so when they're in motion, they love cashing in off the bank.
Magomo inside, twists and turns and scores.
Magomo's been one of the few bright spots keeping the score going for Brent Bulls. She's now in double digits for Brent Bulls.
Absolutely 10 points for the 3x3 star in the summer for the London Warriors. Caldwell almost had an open 3 there, decides to get
Lovely
the extra pass. Dorney, a 3 off the back iron.
I mean, if that had gone in, it would be a deep 2. I think she was just on the line.
Moore inside, nice pass to Fernandez, who decides against the layup. And almost a tired possession there from the Brent Bulls. Almost no one wanted to take that shot on, and instead it's now a turnover.
And you just see why Bishop's gone off. Not Bishop, White, sorry, he's gone off after that turnover. I think, like you say, tired hands there. She's been on the court a long time. But it was a lovely bounce pass before that, and I thought that was a real nice play by Brent Bulls.
Jarju, Velke Cleve inside, the extra pass to Caldwell going to work inside. And a stoppage there, and Josephine Magomo just, I think, landed very awkwardly on her right ankle, but she looks to be okay. Brent will keep the ball.
Like you say, she's had a busy season already. Would be a part of the
absolutely, yeah.
When they went to Egypt, that's why Eleanor Bishop transferred to Brent Bulls was delayed a bit.
Here is Davids to Ajaylu. Bishop driving at Neveson goes inside, and Eleanor Bishop will go to the foul line.
Yes, Velke Cleve's first foul of the afternoon. And like we're saying, there's been very little amount of fouls, so with only one player got 2 fouls, and that's quite strange for fourth quarter.
And Eleanor Bishop, another one, as you mentioned just now, another London Warriors 3x3 star in the summer. Of course, in her first season with the Brent Bulls. Spent a couple of seasons, in fact, I think spent 2 seasons at Thames Valley, a former University of Nottingham student. Averaging 10 points a game this season, shooting 46% from downtown.
Yeah, she had a personal highlight since Gloucester, which hit 5 or 8 from 3-point range. Definitely the WNBL Steph Curry, if there was one.
Inside to Dorney, great pass from Velke Cleve as the lead seesaws again, and this time the Kestrels take the advantage.
Yeah, another shot for glass is definitely where they make most of their work happen.
Davids. Ajaylu driving at Caldwell, loses the ball. Here comes Neveson.
That was a really nice steal because they thought they'd pass through the lane, but Neveson blocked that passing lane off.
Here is Velke Cleve. Great footwork from Christina Velke Cleve. Megan Dorney again with the rebound.
Good defense on Brent Bulls there, clean as well, not hands up.
Shot clock resets. Caldwell, a 3 off the back iron.
I thought that was such high arc, I thought it was going to hit the ceiling. I had to lean back.
Davids will just slow it down for Brent.
1 point ball.
Ajaylu driving inside,
nice.
gets it to go. She wanted a foul. Brent take a 1 point lead as we come up to 6 minutes and 28 seconds remaining. Neveson looking for the ball, gets it. A long 3. But the rebound there from Davids.
Yeah, it would have been a
Here is Bishop. Poor pass there from Ajaylu as Safi Jarju comes up with it. Here is Velke Cleve on the turn. The extra pass, Neverson, a three. No good. Dorney collects another offensive board. And that will stay with the Kestrels.
Yeah, Dorney's such a competitor in the hoop. She was named two-time defensive MVP by her own college team, a state champion. Definitely adds to that physicality and height to this. Quite a short Kestrel side. Absolutely,
and that's now a double-double for Megan Dorney. 10 rebounds, 14 points. 4 of those rebounds coming at the offensive end. 5:49 remaining. The Bulls lead by 1. Neverson looking for options. Finds it in Jarju, who goes glass. Solent up by 1. What a game to kick off the WNBL Live season.
Kicks out.
Davids driving at Velke Cleave. Blocked by Velke Cleave.
Megan Dorney is actually tying her season high on points from 14.
Solent with the ball. Dorney on the ball. Jarju, the extra pass. Neverson in the corner. Solent, though, can't quite get their threes to drop.
At the midpoint of fourth quarter here, all to play for. Who would have thought it at half-time with Bulls really in the ascendancy?
Davids looking for options, finds it in Yaud, who had a strong first half. Bishop a three. That was kind of flat, and Velke Cleave another rebound.
Great box out by Erin Caldwell now, who's on the ball back to Velke Cleave, looking for the screen.
13 rebounds now for Christina Velke Cleave. On the ball now, Jarju driving, Jarju, the finish!
Solent's biggest lead since the first half now.
Absolutely, yeah. A 3-point lead for the Kestrels. Yaud under pressure from Jarju. Picks up her dribble.
9 on the shot clock. Brent got
absolutely, yeah. Shot clock winding down. Shot clock winding down. Mackenzie a three. Misses everything. Shot clock violation.
Nothing but net, but just for the wrong time there.
4:12 remaining as Anna Neverson will take a seat. Missing her last couple of attempts, and Erin Caldwell comes back into the ball game. And Erin Caldwell, as you mentioned earlier, a good 3-point shooter, so almost like for like.
Yeah, definitely.
Timeout called by Ben Stanley. He wants to talk it over, and the advertising boards nearly made him fall over. But 4:12 remaining. Kestrels lead by 3, and what a thrilling outcome we have here in store at the SSC, and it all builds up to the men's game that will tip off hopefully at 6 o'clock. It might tip off a little later between the Solent Kestrels and the Manchester Magic, but right now the Solent Kestrels lead Brent Bulls 54-51 in this WNBL Division 1 top of the table clash. Both teams on 1 defeat apiece this season. But for Solent, what a comeback so far going into the final 4 minutes, 12 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. Megan Dorney matching a season high of 14 points. Probably will get more. It's definitely been about her in the paint. But then if they kick it out, now the Neverson added to her first half tally of 8 points, I think, with 2 threes and 1 inside. But Brent Bulls, they're still in the game. Made no really impressed me, but she was sat off a little bit after the, I think, the precautionary where she looked like she hurt her knee. I think Brent Bulls just need to speed it up on their ball movement. That's, they found Eleanor Bishop there, but a bit late. She had to rush her shot. I think if she had maybe 1 or 2 seconds late more, she would have got a better shot out.
4:12 remaining here in this game. What a contest it has been to kick off our NBL Live double-header.
And Megan Dorney is back on the court, so expect her to get some more opportunities on the offense end. She's on 10 points leading for Brent Bulls.
Adegoke finds Velke Cleave inside Dorney. Her pass just a little bit wayward, asking too much of Safi Jarju, and Brent will pick up possession again.
Yeah, I mean, we said about, I think it was in the third or second quarter, Kestrel had 7 or 8 turnovers, and they limited those to the fourth, and it's really shown as they got their 3-point lead.
Davids finds Mackenzie. Davids again finds a bit of room. Mackenzie looking for the 3.
5 on the
Magomo,
shot clock.
5 on the shot clock, gets a 2 off the glass, no good. Velki Cleave the rebound. Adegoke drives inside, gets a bit of room, but an offensive foul has been called.
Yeah, Yasin
Bit of retribution there for Rochelle Davids.
Yasin Balmabai there when she went inside. I thought she should have got the open 3, but she chose to go inside. Thankfully, they are sporting the same haircut and same with the red-black colours.
Yasin Belimbai, the number 12. Inside it goes. Another tough move inside. No foul called as Yasin Belimbai, as Christina Velki Cleave misses the layup. Megan Dorney with the rebound. Jarju, Caldwell, Velki Cleave driving. The mid-range jumper is no good.
It's a good ball move by Solent there, but better defense by Brent Bulls. In that case, better defense beat good offense.
Magomo inside, misses the layup. Good defense there from Yasin Belimbai. She wanted a foul. Here is Caldwell. Belimbai, the extra pass. Velki Cleave, a 3. That's long, and the ball goes out of bounds. It will be a Solent possession.
Good tip pass by Magomo, because otherwise Velki Cleave was free on the baseline to drive to get a second chance opportunity.
As Eleanor Bishop will check in, Naomi McKenzie will take a seat. 2:31 remaining.
And again,
Velki Cleave, 9 to shoot. Velki Cleave driving, good footwork inside, she banks it home.
Big play by the captain now on 11 points. Only 2 fouls in fourth quarter, so a lot needs to happen if teams will go to the free throw line to finish the game.
Davids. Magomo misses everything, loses the ball, but it will stay a Brent possession.
Yeah, Balmabai again swatted away. She's definitely got her scout report on Magomo. This one, it'll be quite a screen to get her off.
12 to shoot for Brent Bulls, so plenty of time on the shot clock. Bishop. Inside. The extra pass to Davids.
Lovely behind the back pass.
Absolutely, but Imogen Yaud misses the 2. Solent come up with it. Velki Cleave, the extra pass. Great pass inside, and Erin Caldwell misses the short jumper. And a travel called on Safi Jarju, so Brent will get the ball back. 1:44 remaining. Solent lead by 5.
So good defense there by the trio of Bishop, White, and number 5 Davids. They sort of just surrounded Safi Jarju and forced that turnover. 5-point game, biggest lead Solent have had for quite a while, or even probably the game, probably.
Solent's biggest lead has actually been 5 points. Indeed, it has. 1:40 remaining. A 3 for Davis, who hasn't shot the ball very well today. In fact, has not even registered a field goal. Here is Caldwell to Velki Cleave. Solent now with time on their side. Caldwell, a clutch 3, but misses it.
A custom for Davis not to get anything. She usually averages near a double-double.
Davids misses the short jumper. A 3 from Yaud. Brent not executing their offense.
And you just how Solent to see their cold from 3, they're packing the paint, and it's worked for Solent.
Velki Cleave inside, lays it up and in. 53.8 seconds remaining. Kestrels now with their biggest lead of the game, 58-51. And a timeout called by coach Ali Balagun.
It's definitely a game of 2 halves without having to sound like a broken record there. Brent Bulls shot the 3 really well in the first half. That's not been the case here. And so, no, they've been able to sort of focus more on the guys inside and really sort of double up. And you see that in terms of guys in paint with Balmabai really being well in defensive hand.
Absolutely. And Megan Dorney with 14 points. Velki Cleave and Neverson both with 13 to lead the way for the Kestrels. And just as you say, it's been a game of 2 halves, hasn't it? And what a start. And it all stemmed from that 20-1 run that the Kestrels had in that third period.
in the words of MJ, they took it personally, I think, and definitely came back fighting. But it's still more game to play. It's not over yet. We've got a minute left, 7 points. That to easily fade away. So just need to keep up, do what they've been doing in the second half. But Brent Bulls showed in the first half they did actually outplay Solent. So really good final minute in store.
53.8 seconds remaining in this game. 58-51 in favour of the Kestrels, who had trailed by as many as 21 points in the early stages of the third period and have come back, have absolutely stormed back and took the game to the Bulls.
Yeah, two of the meanest defences in the league. Kestrels usually average 42 points against them, and Brent Bulls about 53, and you can see they're both really talented on both ends of the court, which will be a really exciting way, as you said, to start the NBL live for the ladies.
Bishop. Magnomo looking for options. Shot clock winding down, shot clock violation.
A great off-ball move by Safi Jarji. Really low mesh, the ball is closing the lane out.
Christina Velke-Cleve just playing the role of team captain at the moment, just telling her team just to calm down, slow this play down, and Evan Everson will inbound the ball. Velke-Cleve, as Brent Bulls will now begin to foul. Brent have not registered a team foul yet in this fourth period, so that's their first team foul with 35 seconds remaining. Eleanor Bishop now with her first foul of the game.
Yeah, it's been a game of a few fouls. Kestrel got 1 player, 2 fouls in fact, no more. And it's a similar story for Brent Bulls too, but obviously Mackenzie foul trouble 4.
And a second foul, so 3 fouls now for Imogen Yao. 2 fouls in quick succession for the Bulls. And here is Velke-Cleve, another foul there from this time Eleanor Bishop, and that'll be her second foul. And only around about a second, or probably not even a second there, has just been ticked off there.
Yeah, they need over 2 more fouls to force them to the line to get enough possession for themselves.
Velke-Cleve finds a bit of room. Dorney inside, foul called. Very aggressive foul, but a foul nonetheless.
And we've seen that more in the second half, that aggression by Kestrels at the paint.
And the referees are going to give a continuation of play on that as well. So Megan Dorney's going to go to the foul line as Yasin Belimbayi plays the role of a mop girl there.
Yeah, not only mopping up on defense, but mopping up on the floor as well.
As Jess Davis checks back in to the game, Josephine Mainomo will take a seat. A great performance from her tonight, 10 points for the Brent number 8.
Again, she overcooked the first one like she did last time, like she missed both those last ones. Actually, she's usually very good from line 7 for the league and 3 for, but not get one to do today.
Dorney gets the second one to fall. Solent now lead by 8. 20 seconds remaining. Bishop puts in a 3. Eleanor Bishop from downtown. It's a 5-point game.
She now leads.
But Velke-Cleve has still got it. Yasin Belimbayi inside misses the layup. Brent can still make this interesting. Final seconds. And Ajelu with the layup. 4 seconds left. And they stop the clock with 3.8 seconds remaining.
Leveson protected the ball really well there. She knew what the timing was there. Just keep possession, get the foul, go to the line.
3.8 seconds left. And Anna Neverson will go to the foul line.
No matter what happens here, it's still going to be a 2-possession ball game. Oh no, Straw. So it can be a free possession if they make both. Apologies.
So Anna Neverson to the foul line. And even though she's only shot 2 free throws this season, she's made both of them. So technically 100% from the foul line this season. And she makes the first.
Keeping that 100% intact for now, but one more.
And Anna Neverson strings the second. A 6-point lead, 3.8 seconds remaining.
And she now
a 7-point lead, excuse me, with 3.8 seconds remaining. And a timeout has been called.
And she now ties all straws with Dorney on 15. Beat her personal best before this season 14. But Neverson and Dorney combined for half of Kestrels' 61 points. But the core for Stroy has been between them two and Falky Cleve. You know, yes, they've shared it with other people, but it's been most about those trio there.
So 3.8 seconds left. What a game to tip off our NBL Live doubleheader here in Southampton today. And Solent all but assured of the W here against their top of the table rivals, the Brent Bulls. Early stages yet of the season, but as we said at the top of the show, whoever wins today, it's a statement of intent.
Definitely, and I think that statement's made even bigger. Bear in mind they're missing their MVP candidate, Faye Ending. They're showing that it's a team game.
Absolutely, Faye Ending, their leading scorer this season. In fact, yeah, league's leading scorer, averaging 21 points, 6 assists and 4 steals a game so far this season, but not playing today due to an ankle injury. But as you said, Chris, it's a team game, basketball, and my goodness me, after a slow start, they have pulled it off and look sure to get the win here today. But still some time on the shot clock. Brent trail, it's actually by 5. They were late putting the score on. Here is Bishop, time winding down. Great defense from Adegoke, and that will do it. A great win for the Solent Kestrels over the Brent Bulls, 61-56. Anna Neverson and Megan Dorney each with 15 to lead the way. But for the Brent Bulls, a second straight defeat for them. It's all about how you bounce back. But right now, a second straight loss. How will they go? How will they get back into their rhythm going into the next lot of games?
I think just need to play the style of game that's got them into D1 in the first place and up to where they are now. I wouldn't be too worried. It's early season, it is first blood, but so often it's how you bounce back rather than what happened in the first place. I think if these teams make in playoffs, Brent will have a chip on their shoulder, and it might just be the edge they need in terms of off-season game. But first blood to Kestrels and what will be a 2-game doubleheader the regular season one.
Absolutely, yeah, no, absolutely. And a great win for the Kestrels. Commiserations to the Brent Bulls. A fantastic game of basketball. A great advert for the WNBL and for women's basketball in this country. And this is what the WNBL is all about, isn't it? It's great sportsmanship there at the end, but what a competitive, physical game we saw here today.
Oh, certainly. I think, for me, I find the women's game equally, if not more so exciting than the men's, because it's all about the fundamentals. Sort of there, the footwork, the passing, good shot making. We had some players, Brent Bulls first half when they shoot 58 from downtown, credit to them. It's not commiserations. They did a really good first half, and it was just Kestrels had the better second half, but really competitive game, great competition, great one for people watching at home to say, look, this is the level of the game. It's not one-off. This is how these games are going at the top.
Absolutely, and as we show you the highlights of what has been an enthralling contest here at the SSC, my thanks to Chris Hughes. We will be back in around half an hour's time. Join us on NBL Live here on the Basketball England YouTube channel for Solent Kestrels against the Manchester Magic. But for now, the Solent Kestrels draw first blood over their top-of-the-table rivals, the Brent Bulls. They win 61-56. I've been John Hobbs. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and be sure to join us in half an hour's time.